is to remind people of their abilities and to stand in their firsthand experience, because that's another thing about how we've moved in this space. Everything is a secondhand experience, because when we go to school, the teacher tells us what that is. They tell us it's a crayon. Your mama tells you that's a step. You know what I mean? And through our rearing, we're kind of put in a space of restriction. No, you're gonna hurt yourself. So our ability to explore not only our environment but ourselves is kind of shut down as well. So getting back into accepting your firsthand experience. Did you feel something? Then you felt it. You don't need nobody else to confirm that. Did you see a shape in the cloud that looked like Michael Jackson's face? Then that's what it is. Yeah. That's just what it is. You don't need anybody else to confirm it. And this is what I'm saying about defining the things that are your experience. Because through people going to therapy, and people will realize, women will realize, the things that we are holding deep in the chambers of our hearts don't matter. They do not. The things that we go through with don't get me wrong, I'm not saying your feelings don't matter, but I'm saying when my mom passed away, I realized that I was holding her to a standard of what a mother was and how that blocked me from connecting with her. I'm not saying she did not, do the neglect. I'm not saying that she wasn't wrong for the things that she did, but I did not have a firsthand experience with her. Because most of the time we don't know our mothers. We don't know nothing about them women. I didn't find out till I was in my 30s that my mom had left out the country. And I said, well, why you didn't tell me? She said, you never asked. I said, you know what? You're right. I never asked. So we don't know our parents' life. A lot of the times we don't even pay attention to our grandparents to see what kind of household they grew up in. But then we hold them to all of these things like they were supposed to be reading the book of Claire Huxtable. So when I say that most of the things that you've been holding in the chambers of your heart, you're holding them for someone who didn't know something, or didn't understand something, or didn't experience something. And I'm not saying that their actions does not mean anything and it did not affect you, but you're holding on to it as if it's a real thing. You've made mistakes at 17. Why should somebody still be bringing them up at 45?
Shay, yes. So then how do we heal? How do we get to learn who our mother is, who our grandparents are?
Well, if you want to learn who your parents are, ask them questions. Observe them. Allow them the space to be honest. That's one of the things. We're not allowing our parents, our elders, to be fully transparent. We're not being transparent. We're not allowing them to be honest. We're not allowing them to tell you that, yeah, that, they might have stepped out on pop. You're not allowing them to say, well, yeah, I dabbled in crack for a little while, but I'm all right now. You're not allowing them to say, I might not have wanted a child, but I bared you anyway. Okay? We're not allowing communication to flow.
So is that because society has allowed us to see life in this one lens of right, wrong, good, bad, what you should be, what you should not be, how to walk, how not to walk?
It's because this plane of existence is created in duality. And the theys chose a space of separatism. Everything is about separatism. Just think about the fact of there being multiple subjects in school, but all subjects correlate to the same thing. Right. They're all talking about the same thing. Math is science.
So they call it across the subjects.
Yes. It's you can't you got to go to your primary for this, you got to go to your gyno for this, you got to go to this and that, whatever. So everybody has these different modalities. But guess what's funny? Nobody ain't talking to one another. Your science teacher is not talking to your math teacher. Your math teacher is not talking to your history teacher. Like, you know what I mean? And how are you supposed to live in a space of wholeness? That's what I call it, the essence of wholeness. How are you supposed to live in a space of wholeness if no one's communicating? So this is why you think that there's a singularity within yourself as an individual, which you're actually multidimensional. Okay? You are existing right now with not only your 2-year-old self, your gestational self, your 17-year-old self, your 40-year-old self, but you're also embodying many lifetimes. Many lifetimes, your parents' parents, all of this is all encompassed. Your body is grafted from it. And you're not supposed to choose and this and that or whatever. You're supposed to be able to cross your legs and allow the totality of yourself to exist. Remember when I told you, you're not crazy. You are chaos. But chaos is ordered as well. And you have to, that is a part of all of this. You have to accept who you are. You're not supposed to be docile. You're not supposed to be calm all the time. We are rageful. Come on now, look at Mother Nature. Is a tornado polite?
No. Is a
hurricane polite?
Will tear you apart.
Yes, but guess what it also does? It also gives you beautiful flowers.
Yes.
It also gives you wonderful vegetables. It gives you shade. It gives you a beautiful view to look at. You know what I mean? All of this pleasantry also comes with fire. And that's who you are. That's who you are. And the way that we heal from that is acceptance. We don't have to be polite all the time. We don't have to be compliant all the time. When you shut that down, that's where your diseases come from. When they say dis-ease, that healing is your frequency. You know, dis-ease is a frequency change. Every organ in your body has a frequency. The more that you not be who you are, the more you do not interrogate yourself by asking yourself questions, the more you do not connect with your inner self, your heart, the ethereal part of you that has been cloaked in hearts and teddy bears for Valentine's Day. And he didn't tell me I look pretty today. Like, you know, the BS. The more that you do not address yourself with the attitude of I am everything, you continue to diminish yourself. You continue to stay in the sleep age. You continue to lull yourself back to sleep. You continue to in the spells of conformity, societal, you know, interactions. You do that. So you heal yourself by letting it go.
So creatives tend to be a little on the